I'll sort it out after the live. Do you want to invite me into your TikTok?
Yes, mate.
Thank you kindly. Welcome everyone to the live. Thank you for joining.
Oh, I spoke to you soon. Hello everyone.
Okay, that's good. Right, guys, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. We are back after a little bit of a hiatus while I was on paternity leave. Your boy is tired. Sam, how are you feeling?
Also tired, but for unrelated reasons.
Well, you say that, but you're probably sick from your kids, aren't you? So
yeah, true. Daughter may be ill, so yeah, I've been sick for the last week. So feel a lot better, but yeah, still pretty rough. Throat. I don't even know what I got. Whether it's flu mixed with a load of other things, had a fever, chest infection. Yeah, almost anything and everything. So yeah, it's been pretty rough.
That does not sound pleasant. You taking your minerals and stuff, vitamins?
I take barely any vitamins, mate. I don't. Harry said, "Cry more." Thank you, mate. Thanks for the sympathy.
So empathetic. I love it.
Yeah, but good news. My section 3's finally gone.
Hey, very cool. So Sam was having a problem with a section 3, even though it was completely unjustified. You were trying to clear it by yourself for how long?
I tried for maybe 3 weeks, trying it by myself. But they're super they are so unhelpful because the first 2 times, whenever they rejected it, I'd get a phone call and I'd get an email, and then it would tell me what I need to change and what I need to do, and then I would go away and do that. Whereas after that, they just never told me when they rejected it. They would never call me. They'd never send me an email. They just reject it in the background, and then I'd never hear anything else from them. So it was just a pure guessing game as to why I was getting rejected, which was just super annoying.
And then you worked with our guy. We have an account recovery expert in our team. You worked with him, and it was within a couple of days he got that sorted, wasn't it?
It was the same day, which is very odd. I don't know how he's done that. And I even looked, because I really wanted to know how he's done it, and I even looked at I looked at all my cases, emails, and everything like that with Amazon and any open cases, and the only thing I could see he did was request 2 phone calls from Amazon. He was on the phone to them for, he even said the time, I can't remember how long it was. It wasn't very long, but he had 2 phone calls with them, and then after those phone calls, they just reactivated everything. And I'm thinking, what's he said on the phone to
He's good.
It's just mental. It's absolutely mental, but it's working again and it's back, which is good because it's been a rough 3 weeks.
You back on buying stock now, I'm assuming?
Yeah, finally, just started buying stock again on was Thursday. I don't know what day is it today. Friday, so it's Wednesday. I think the account came back. So yeah, on Wednesday I started buying loads of stock again, which has been good.
I cleaned my water bottle before this live and it tastes like fairy liquid. That's pretty grim.
Yeah, nasty.
Up to me, Pappy Young Cut. Welcome to live, back from the dead. Yeah, mate, I bloody feel it today. I am not in a good mood today. I can tell you that for sure. The Dim Lantern. Sorry, say again, Sam.
I was just saying hi, Terry. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, mate. Dim Lantern, I hope you appreciated my 6-7 for you. Vian Piano and Gaming, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Knees Grows, 5K to start at 18. What kind of progress in a year? Knees Grows, welcome to the live, mate. Really good job getting started so early in life. Congrats. I'm starting with 5K. You're going to do very well there. In our free Discord community, we have a Claude prompt, which is pretty accurate, I would say. It almost exactly aligns with my experience in my first year selling. So what you do is you put in you can click on the Claude link. It's pinned in the beginners chat in our free Discord community. You say how much capital you're starting with. You say what your fixed monthly expenses are, and you say you're going to recycle your cash every 4 to 6 weeks, let's say, with a 30% return on investment, and it will map out how much money you're going to earn over the next 12 months. And it's because of compound growth, because of compound effect, it's even more exponential if you can cheekily add in a bit more each month. So not only are you reinvesting the profits you make, but if you can find extra cash to throw at it as well, as long as you're good at sourcing, you'll scale quite nicely. And if you ever wanted to have a chat with us about our mentoring, let us know, because one of the prerequisites is to have about 5K capital.
And so whilst that, there was just something I mentioned to you, but I might as well speak about it now while we're on live. That prompt is very good. But what I've noticed, the higher the starting capital, the less accurate it is. Because let's say, like, so we had one guy who's starting with, he's looking to get on board and he's got 100K capital. Now, when you put 100K into that, it is massively inaccurate because it assumes you can spend that 100K in the first month, and
which is not possible.
Obviously, it's possible, but I think anyone with like, I don't know, 10, 15K starting, and then that's perfect. It works really, really well.
For sure. VN was really happy that I pronounced your name correctly. Very glad to hear it. And Ab Irato, bad mood, someone alert Westminster. It's a national emergency. The only national emergency is that Count Bin Face lost. That's the only one I care about.
It's always
I'll tell you what, the traction on TikTok is very low without the clicker going, so I'm going to have to fix that for next time.
It's like me on a normal day-to-day, because it's always so low on mine.
Sure. Yeah, so guys, I've been away. I was away for a couple of weeks. Sam and I did a live last Monday, I think it was. Obviously, been on pat leave. I say I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just really tired, as you can imagine, being a new dad. I've missed a hell of a lot, though. Like, there's been so much that happens when you're building a business. Life happens very quickly. Lots of changes happen. So I've got to do a whole lot of catching up with people in our team. Sam, you've just been sick, haven't you? So there's not really any updates your side either.
Not really. Like, I've been rough all week for about a week. So I've not really done much at all. I've had to cancel loads of calls. Had to sort of postpone the group call and the mentorship and stuff like that. So not much has been really going on my side, to be honest with you. It's been pretty stagnant, but I'm starting to feel better. And I've actually I spent all morning working on a couple of bots for the mentorship, which is good. And I think I just finished one as well, just before we got on this call. So I'm pretty buzzing to get them sorted out. And the next one, which I haven't showed you yet, I'm even more buzzing for. Like, I think it's going to be so good. But it's just, I'm going to try and do some testing this afternoon on it. But yeah, it's just taken a while. I only started yesterday, so it's not taking that long. But it'll take a while to tweak it and get it working to how we want it to. So yeah, some good updates in the mentorship, I think, over the next week or so.
Yeah, very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing those as well, because I think we've been sat waiting on them for quite a while, haven't we? And it's better to just get them done.
Yeah, I always obviously Cal's the developer in the group, so I sort of just left them, and I thought, Cal can do it. He'll do a better job. But to be honest, they don't really. I thought they would need a developer to do, but to be honest, now with like Claude and everything like that, like some of these tasks they can be very easily done by yourself. So I just thought I'd give it a go and see what happens. And turns out it's actually pretty straightforward. So yeah, it's good.
Brack Sachs, good morning to you as well. I hope is it morning or is it afternoon? It's only just morning for another 10 minutes. I hope you're doing well. How's things? How are you getting on? Are you making any progress with Amazon? Hopefully so.
Knees Grows says 5K to start. What kind of progress in a year? And then how much is 1-to-1? So
same guy asked the same question on my side, actually.
I was going to say, is it the same guy? Okay, cool. So that's fine. I get that a lot. They sort of come. I get like a question after. How much is 1-to-1? So in terms of 1-to-1, it's not something we publicly discuss over like lives or social medias or anything like that. But we're happy to jump on a call. You can speak to either me, Reece, Sean, and then we can go through exactly what's included in the mentorship. Everything that's included, all the pricing, payment plans, everything like that, and we can let you know if we think you're a good fit. Ideally, it kind of works both ways. Like, you need to be a good fit for us, and we need to be a good fit for you as well, which is why we like to jump on a call and then just really sort of suss each other out and see if it's something we can work towards. But yeah, if you want to get on a call, let us know. You can either give one of us a follow, make sure you follow, because then that's the way we can message you back. If you're otherwise, you can jump into our Discord group, and you can send us a message in Discord, and then we can also jump on a call, book a call through there as well. But yeah, if you send us a message, we can get a call booked in and go through it all.
For sure. Braxax, how much should one budget to spend buying products monthly? Amazon going well. Thank you for asking. That's really good to hear that you're going well. It's going well. Well done. It's interesting the way you frame that question. How much should someone budget? Because honestly, it depends on what you can afford. If you have a system that's working and you can replicate it by buying more and more stock, then ideally you want to put in literally as much as you can. If you're still figuring out your strategy and your system, obviously it doesn't make sense to throw loads of money at it because you might lose it. So put in as much as you can. Someone I was talking to the other day was able to start with £4,000, and they also invested £500 a month from their salary. So whatever profit they make, they will, and they add in 500 from their salary. A guy I was chatting to 2 days ago, he reckons he can put £1,000 worth of his salary in on top of everything. And as I say, if you've got leads that are selling and working, and you've got a strategy that's working, you're going to eventually start to feel like you're leaving money on the table if you're not buying stock. So it just depends on how much you can afford to do. It's why we typically work with people who have career jobs, because whilst this business model is amazing, if you're in a position where you don't have a lot of money in your life, then it's not the right choice for you to do it. There are other business models that you can pursue up until you have enough capital. We say £1,000 as a minimum to start to anyone out here who doesn't know. More is better. $2 grand to start is better. $5 grand is great. We got people in our mentorship who started with 20k. Sam, you just said someone was starting with 100k as well. Is that right? That's
yeah. They're looking. I think they're looking to get signed up, and he's got 100k. So yeah, the whole range of different people, all different ages, all different people from walks of life. Like, yeah, varies massively.
With someone with that amount of capital, with 100 grand, that's the kind of thing where, in my opinion, going straight for like brand direct or actually brand direct is probably a very good idea, isn't it? Because you can get some really good margins with that kind of leverage.
It is, but at the same time, you don't really know what you're doing. You need to prove the concept first. You need to understand what you're doing. Plus, with the brand direct, there's a lot. Like, it's a two-way relationship, right? Like, you want to buy the products from the brand, but you need to be able to offer them something as well. And I guess if you've just started selling, you don't really know there's not really much you can offer them, because you've got no sales history, you've got no understanding of the platform or anything like that. So I think once you've proved concept and know what you're doing, then yeah, definitely, I think brand direct's a good option.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good point. You have to prove the concept. And one thing we say all the time is arbitrage is a really good way to learn how Amazon actually works with the nitty gritty of it. If you just dive straight into, any other model, I think arbitrage is the best place for most people to start, to just dip their toe in the water and see if it's something they want to pursue, because it isn't for everyone. Just like anything in life, it isn't for everyone. You have to find what works for you. And it's a really good way to start without too much risk. A lot of people put $2 to $5 grand into private label and then lose all that money. Whereas if they just put a few £100 or £1,000 into arbitrage, they'll probably get their returns on their money a lot quicker. And if they decide it's not for them, then it's a lot less risk on their capital.
100%. Like, I do think OA, the risk is very minimal. You never, unless you like do something really stupid, like, it's going to be very hard and very rare to go into OA and just lose all the money you want to invest. Like, I just can't see it happening. Like, even if you buy a product which is terrible, it's going to have some sort of resale value anyway. So you're going to be able to get out of it for something. And you might make a loss on it, but you're never going to lose the whole thing. So I do think the risk is pretty minimal. But at the same time, you don't want to be making really silly mistakes. You want to be careful with what you're doing, because there's certain people. Someone I've been speaking to over the last few days have made some crazy judgment calls over the last few months, which is just completely destroyed his Amazon account, and it's just wild to even get in that situation. And again, like it's just so important to buy from legitimate retailers, because it makes a huge difference when you're sourcing. And like, I guess the biggest way to manage the risk when you're sourcing, make sure the retailer you're buying from is legit and it's not some dodgy scamming third party website. Just the best thing you can do is just check Trustpilot and see what that says. Like within like 5 minutes, you'll know whether it's a legit site or not, or whether it's one to avoid. But yeah, that's the main risk with it, to be honest.
Rafi, getting started, did my first OA deal and have a fair grasp of OA. My issue is sourcing. I mean a fair grasp of FBA. Awesome job for getting started. Rafi, I want to hit you with a statistic to congratulate you. 68% of the Amazon seller accounts that are created never make a single sale. And of the ones that do make a sale and get to one review, the vast majority of accounts created don't get to that point. So the fact that you've started, made a product sell and gotten going puts you ahead of like 70% of people, technically 68% of people. So really good job there. Inaction is the death of more businesses than failure, in my opinion. You said your issue is with sourcing. That's because you need to look at Amazon in a very certain type of context. It's a skill, and like any skill, you're not going to be really good at it at your first month of trying. I was going to say on day one, but you sound like you've been going for a little bit. So just like any skill, put time into it, learn from other people, learn from us. That's why we're here. Ask loads of questions, check out our free Discord community, learn from your mistakes. If a product doesn't work, try to figure out why it didn't work. Were there signs on the keeper data that it was saturating before you purchased it? Was the lead really easy to find? Did you manufacture your margin and get the product as cheap as possible? Because if you're not doing that, other people are. And when they tank the price, it's very likely that they're just buying it cheaper than you, which is why it's so important to manufacture your margin. And just give yourself a bit of grace. It is challenging in the beginning. And the amount of hours that you can commit to it dictates how well you're going to do. Because you have to think about it like this, right? One of our businesses in SellerSmart. SellerSmart is about 4 businesses in one. One of them is virtual assistant recruitment. A VA's job is to look for products for 40 hours a week. Some days they find 10 leads, other days they find 2, and they're working at it all day. So if you're doing this alongside your career job and you're not really finding that many leads, but you're only doing it for 1 or 2 hours, that's likely why. It's just because it takes time. You have to build data, you have to build a knowledge base, and eventually you'll get to a point where you find it a lot easier. But yeah, just keep plugging away. Seller Amp and Keeper, use both of them. And as I say, ask us questions as much as you like. Anything you would add to that, Sam?
No, you pretty much hit bang on, to be honest, mate. I've got VAs who've been doing it for 4 years. Sometimes they will send me like 1 or 2 deals in a day, and that's with 4 years experience plus sourcing 8 hours a day. Like sometimes that does happen, and it's just one of those things. It takes a while to really master and really get good at, but you also need to look at the over longer periods of time as well. Don't just think, okay, well, I only found 1 deal today, so I'm absolutely terrible. But then if you look at it over a month and say, okay, well, I actually found 40 deals this month or whatever it is, then you think, actually, it's not actually too bad. I just had a rough day. So yeah, always look at it from like a monthly or weekly point of view rather than just day to day.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Rafi said, I used to use things like Jungle Scout and Buybot, but no one recommends them anymore. I got SellerAmp now. I feel like I had more leads before using those. Rafi, are you doing wholesale or no, you said you're doing arbitrage. Jungle Scout, I don't know anyone who uses that for OA. That's more of a wholesale thing. And Keeper pretty much covers what you need. If you were finding more leads with it, fair enough. Maybe for you it's just better, or it could just mean that you have to get used to SellerAmp and keep it. Buybot Pro is just an alternative to SellerAmp. The reason we recommend SellerAmp is just because it's cheap. It does the job. It doesn't need to be any more than what it is. They've done a really good job building it. I use Jungle Scout to find my most profitable brand direct deal. I use Jungle Scout to find that. So I do rate Jungle Scout, but I think Keeper and SellerAmp are cheaper and do the job. Jungle Scout, I'm not sure about this, but I think they might have gone public, which if they did, that would explain why the prices are so much more expensive than they used to be. Keeper and SellerAmp it's like 50 quid and they work really well. But you have to work with what's good for you. So if you try it for a while and they don't work and you really like Jungle Scout, just give it a go. Obviously, it depends on how you respond to using them.
Yeah, for sure.
Rafi said, no, I began getting told wholesale is the way to go. Now more are recommending me to go the OA route. Yeah, so again, it depends on how much capital you have. Sam and I advise people to have quite a lot more capital than you'd expect for wholesale, because even when you find leads, you're going to be competing with people with much bigger budgets. And ideally, you don't want to be tying up more than 5 to 10% of your capital per brand, because if something goes wrong, you're going to be really screwed in comparison to if you do arbitrage and it's just one lead out of 40 that you've bought. It's a lot safer to do that. From our testing as well, in Seller Smart, we've been testing. Sam will give his perspective on this as well. Because of Amazon's supply chain requests, working with wholesalers has become a lot more of a headache, because a lot of the wholesalers won't provide supply chain information when Amazon requests it, and Amazon won't accept your invoices if they have requested that information and you can't provide it. Whereas with arbitrage invoices, Amazon know that the products being sold are authentic. So what we've seen in our experience and in our mentorship is people are having far fewer headaches buying from retailers than they are from wholesalers.
Yeah, agreed. I think it's so much easier to authenticate and authenticate, let's say, John Lewis or Boots or something, compared to, I don't know, ABC wholesale, because the online presence is going to be limited, information is going to be limited in comparison to these huge retailers, which if you live in the UK, like you're going to know, and you're going to know exactly who they are.
How do you pronounce that? In Castokes?
In Stokes.
Welcome to you as well, my friend. It is 3 minutes into the afternoon. So yeah, you're right. Afternoon. Welcome to the live. Rafi said they are working with 1.5K. The first item was through Holland and Barrett, so provided invoices, but it was just SH1T profit. I'm not allowed to swear because TikTok doesn't like you to be a grown-up, apparently. Okay, 1.5K. Yeah, so for you, to be honest with you, mate, we recommend like 20 to 25K to do wholesale. Not everyone says that. A lot of people trying to sell you courses will tell you can do it with $1,000. And technically that is true. It's just a lot more risky. So 1.5K is a good amount to do online arbitrage. Holland and Barrett has lots of opportunities for leads. It is a little competitive, but it can be really good. It can be better if you can hold your stock if it becomes competitive. You said it was bad profit. You are going to be a non-VAT registered seller, which means realistically you want to be aiming for a minimum of 30% return on investment. And if your leads don't perform that well, just try and learn why as you do it, and alternate your searching criteria. Not your criteria, your alternate your strategy when you're sourcing.
Yes. Pretty much exactly that. And I guess when you say bad profit, like it depends what you class as bad profit as well, to be fair. So it'd be good to know what you think is good and bad and what you should be aiming for.
I just really Cal told me it's Friday earlier today and it's the 14th of August already. I have just no concept of days anymore. It's crazy how much time is flying by.
When are you going to be fully back?
I've actually been working since Monday. I just haven't been active in the chats because I didn't want people to distract me.
Okay.
Yeah, but
told any of us you're working.
Say again?
I said you've been working but not told any of us, doing secret undercover stuff.
Yeah, well, as I say, like being away has made me realize how much I don't get done because people have access to me every second on Discord. So I very much stayed in the background. I realized we had a warning from HMRC based on an honest mistake, so we had to action that. We've just moved prep center address, so I had to update our prep center address everywhere, which took time. There's like company's house stuff I've been doing, lots of business admin, not particularly exciting stuff, but stuff that had to get done. And I was doing a lot of marketing strategy planning over the last week.
It's stuff that you always forget, well, not forget about, but like annoying mundane tasks which just don't never get action properly, do they? They just get sort of left in the background.
Yeah, exactly. And like the small things that feel inconsequential that you have to do, they do just take time, don't they? Like it's not exactly exciting, but you might be there for 3 hours updating addresses.
100%. It's quite painful, but it needs to be done.
Rafi said, well, let's just say I learned the VAT situation, which I didn't input into SellerAmp. I made less than £1 on each unit on a 30-unit order for 50 quid. Okay, 50 quid, at least you didn't lose a lot of money and you still made profit. That's what's important. Hopefully that's proven the concept to you that this works. Now you just need to refine it to make enough profit. And you've made less than £1 on each unit on a 30-unit order for 50 quid. Yeah, fair enough. As I say, at least you made profit. You made a mistake, but you made money. That is the exact situation that happened to me on the first lead I ever purchased. I bought my partner and I, we did Amazon together. We bought a Gwen Stacy plushie from a wholesaler, and we thought we were going to make £2,000 profit on it. But what we didn't see in the listing, what we didn't see on the listing was it said assorted Spider-Man plushies. So we got about 50 Spider-Man, about 30 Miles Morales, and about 10 Gwen Stacy, which is what we wanted. The Spider-Mans were losing money every sale. The Miles Morales were making a bit of money, and then the Gwen Stacy's were making really good money. So we ended up making about 500 quid, which is a lot. What is that as a percentage? It's like, I'm not good at quick maths. It's a lot less than we were expecting, but we still made money, and we realized it was our mistake. So we learned from it, didn't repeat it next time. And the second product we bought was this like cleaning product from Costco, and we made really good money with that. That was a replan for a while as well. So if you make a mistake and you still fail upwards, that's a really good thing. Because believe me, you can lose money if you do things badly.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely it's definitely not a bad thing. It's all about learning in this game.
Terry, you're quiet in the background. How are you getting on, mate? How's your Amazon progress going?
We need to jump on a call, Kerry. We need to jump on a call, mate. It's been a while.
Yeah, Terry was asking in our mentorship what to do about approaching some brands for Brand Direct, and it's something I really like because as I say, I've had some of my best results from doing that. And Brand Direct, again, just like wholesale, really, really good opportunity. Definitely more for people that have a bit more capital. And if you have a bit more experience, that's going to help you a lot as well, because you have to provide the brand value. You can't just say, hey, let me buy your stock and sell it. You have to be very value driven when you talk to them. Arbitrage, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You just have to find leads and sell and resell for profit. Don't get me wrong, arbitrage has its headaches and its issues. And like anything, you will get better the more you do it. But your starting position is almost always going to be based on your level of time that you can commit to it and the amount of capital you can add into it. Rafi said, yeah, what's a valuable mistake in terms of OA sourcing? What's your favorite method? Also, how do you rate RA, as you must avoid a lot of competition? Both really good questions. We really rate email newsletter sourcing. We really rate Keeper for Amazon to Amazon. I really rate a bit of storefront sourcing in the beginning to learn what other people are buying. So if you use SellerAmp and you find sellers with fewer than 400 reviews, you go through their storefronts to ensure that they're arbitrage sellers. It's not something you're going to know off the top of your head, but you will learn it over time. Go through the brands, try to figure out where they're buying from, and then keep track of the sellers who have leads that you can consistently find. And then you combine that with email newsletter sourcing. That's what I like personally. I like automating things where you can. And in our software that we've developed, we have sourcing capabilities. So Reese, Cow, and myself, for over a year, all we did was European Amazon to Amazon. And we did that entirely with our software. Everyone in our mentorship has access to our software. Cow, I forgot to tell you, Sam, Cow is going to do a call soon with the group to go through the features. I'm going to try and arrange that for next week. Those are the methods I like. When you said, how do you rate RA? Retail arbitrage can give you really good results, really good return on investment. It is a really good way to learn. You can't use the receipts for ungating, but you can use them if you have product compliance issues. So if you have time and you don't mind driving around, it's great. I didn't enjoy it myself because I wanted to build businesses that were scalable, and retail arbitrage in the UK isn't really scalable, in my opinion. But we actually had a seller join our mentorship for a guest speaker session. He does 4.5 million a year, and he made a huge amount of his starting capital with retail arbitrage. So I'm not discouraging anyone from doing it. I'm just saying, me personally, I didn't want to do it for too long. What are your thoughts on RA, Sam?
RA is great. Like, it's a great, if you've got low capital and you're starting out, I think it's really, really good. I think it's going to be a limit on how long you can really do it for and how much you can scale it. But I think it's definitely a great move when starting out. It's much less saturated. The ROI margin is a lot higher. I think it's perfect. I think honestly, I think it's the best thing to do when you're first starting out. Again, you're going to get to a point where you're limited on time, and there's only so many stores you can go to in a day, and before you then have to start scaling and everything like that, and then that's when you want to start moving more onto the OA side of things. But I think RA's really, really good, and I'll definitely try it if you can.
Yeah, most people who do arbitrage give it a bash, and like a lot of people get stuck without finding anything. But it's basically go to clearance sections, look for price stickers where there's a discount on them. Don't just expect standardly priced stuff to work, because that's not how retail arbitrage works mostly. Rafi said, how much do you guys charge for mentorship? So to give you more context, we have a free Discord community. We got loads of free downloadables, including a free course that will teach you the fundamentals of how the model works. We've got group coaching, and we've got one-to-one coaching. We have calls with people. We don't disclose publicly what the prices are, but we have calls with people, and we'll tell you transparently how much it costs, what you get. I don't mind talking through the features you get in the mentorship. Well, in the one-to-one, we tell people you need at least 5,000 to invest. What the mentorship involves is lifetime access to a group, 6 months of coaching, a £50,000 guarantee that we'll keep working with you until you hit 50K. You get one-to-one calls with Sam and a live chat where you can ask as many questions as you like, and we're very responsive. It's really, really effective, even though it takes up all of Sam's life. We get weekly calls with the community. The entire team have pulled all of our experiences and resources together to build it. You have 60 live calls that are recorded that you get access to. You get lifetime access to a course that we've built with 76 modules. You get access for free to our software that we've built over the last 2 years. We have now hit about 180 positive reviews with 0 negatives across all of our business. We've been going for about 2 years, and we're really passionate about providing the best service for you guys. We really genuinely care about helping you. Regardless of whether you pay to work with us or not, we got services for everyone. And I hope our testimonials kind of show the level of quality that you get when you work with us, because we really do genuinely care. We're all family guys. We got kids. We're in our 30s. We're not 20-year-olds chasing quick cash. We understand that the people we work with are trusting us and investing their money with us. So we want to work very hard to make sure it's worth it for them. And as I say, 180 positive reviews, no negatives so far, touch wood. And I'm going to say it now, we have genuinely the best community out there. Like, I just went on paternity leave, and I was overwhelmed by messages of support from everyone in our community. And in our mentorship, everyone supports each other. Everyone helps each other grow. the network and the meeting other like-minded people is one of the biggest parts of that group of why it's so valuable. And you now get lifetime access to it, which you didn't used to before. We changed that policy because we realized we actually loved the people in the group. We didn't want to kick them out. So yeah, definitely worth it if you're at that level. And if you're not, we've got loads of tools to help you get to that level.
Yeah.
Matt said, preach. Matt said, if Amazon asks for invoices, but you've been doing RAOA, what do you do? Yeah, really good question. So online arbitrage is fine as long as the supplier you're buying from provides good invoices, good VAT invoices. So I'm gonna give you an example. Superdrug. Superdrug is a place that is, whilst it's technically a completely fine place to buy from, they don't provide good invoices. That's not something you're going to learn unless you learn it from us, someone else, or from trialing and testing yourself. Most places do good invoices that you can go to, like John Lewis, Sports Direct, Tool Station, whatever it is. Those invoices mean you're going to be okay. In retail arbitrage, you can use the receipts if you ever get IP violations, authenticity complaints, Section 3s, but you can't use them for ungating. So what you do is you go out and do retail arbitrage, you find products that you want to sell, and then you find the cheapest product within that brand that you can buy from an online retailer. You use that invoice to get ungated. You do run the risk of buying lots of retail arbitrage products that, for whatever reason, you might not get ungated, and it may a bit. So it's just up to you. But we tell everyone coming into our mentorship that they have to have some money to invest into ungating to get it to work. And everyone in our mentorship gets free access to this tool, depending on where you're watching from. We're the first company in the world to build an auto ungater that automatically ungates you in thousands of brands. If you're just getting started, it's probably going to be on the high end of hundreds, but it massively helps you get ungated in future applications. It's really, really valuable. If you are not in the mentorship, I think it's $79.99 for one scan and then 25 quid for rescans if you want to. It's very valuable. And of course, you get that for free for the time being in our mentorship as well.
Yeah, buddy. And if anyone is interested and they want to message us or get in touch, make sure you follow us. We will follow you back, but you need to accept our follow request. If you do not accept the follow request, then we can't actually message you, which is very annoying. So look, if you want us to get in touch or you want to get in touch with us, please follow us, accept our follow back, and then we can have a conversation. But it's really important you do that.
Yeah, like TikTok, for some reason, we can't message people unless we follow, and I always forget to say that. So thank you for mentioning that, Sam. Rafi said, I'll join now. We'd love to have you in, mate. Yeah, we'd love to have you in. Jump in a call with us. I know your starting capital is 1.5K, but let's have a call. Let's see how we can help you. We want to help you grow and scale. So let's have a call. Rafi, I'll give you a follow right now. Give us a follow back, and someone in our team, probably Jay in our team. Yeah, I think it would be Jay in our team. Will drop you a message.
Yeah, Jay, I think.
Right. Let me try and pronounce your name. Abdukaba, welcome to live, mate. Does scan work for ungates? We have an auto ungater scanner, if that's what you're talking about. That works really well. I'm assuming that's what you mean. So yeah, we've had really, really good responses from people who have used this tool. They've got ungated in anything from 800 to 7,500 brands. And then every time they try to do ungating applications after doing it, they're getting their applications approved in 1 or 2 attempts. If you guys have no context, that is unbelievable for Amazon. The standard practice is between 5 to 15 applications, and some people take months to ungate one brand. And in our tool, you can ungate, as I say, the most I've seen is 7,500 in a single scan. It takes like 5 minutes. It's absolutely insane. It's completely Amazon compliant. We do not break any of the rules. Everything we teach is above board, and that includes our software. It's unbelievable. So definitely give it a go.
So Joe Roberts said, who created the auto ungate bot? Because I think I may know how it was done. I have no idea how it was done, but it was done by Cal. Cal's the developer, and he creates anything techie for Seller Smart. So it was all done by him. But how it was done, I do not know.
Cole said, "How has Sam's VA spend been for the months?" Interesting question, because Sam actually hasn't been spending because he's been dealing with a Section 3. So I'll pass over to you, Sam.
Yeah, I've spent less than 10K. I only started spending on Wednesday. So I've had 3 weeks. 3 weeks without spending anything. So yeah, spend's not really there at all. I can check, but it's literally been, yes, Wednesday I started and I've spent 11K so far. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's pretty non-existent. Sales have dried up to like crazy amounts. I'm on £100 revenue for the day, so it's it's been super rough this month. But it's to be expected with Section 3 and not spending. But it'll pick up again, so I'm not that fussed.
Yeah, it is the first Section 3 Sam's had. I had one as well before. Sam was trying to get the Section 3 removed for 3 weeks. He ended up working with our account recovery expert, and on the same day, he got it removed. With me, my Section 3 took about 4 months to get removed, which our account recovery expert got it cleared. The only reason mine took so long was because I was neglecting it because of Seller Smart. If I'd have answered messages quicker and been more attentive to my performance notifications, it wouldn't have taken me that long. But if you guys ever have account issues, do not panic. Our account recovery expert is unbelievably good, like very, very, very good. We genuinely don't even know how he's that good, but we, as long as he gets results, I don't care.
Yeah.
Hello, wait, where are we? Halima, welcome to live. Hello, long time. How's parenthood? It is unbelievably life-changing. I'm a very optimistic, happy person, and I always knew I was going to enjoy this. I'm very tired, as you're a parent, but it's worth it. And like, a bit dramatic, but it makes everything else feel a bit trivial in comparison. At least that did for me. Like, I feel like everything I've accomplished was worth it in comparison. Did I not my mic? Oh, sorry. Oh, good. I hope you're doing well, Halima. How are you getting on as well? How's things on your side? Abdukabar said, no, like scan the computer part website. Just wondering, I can use them to ungate me. I'm really sorry, boss. I have no idea what you mean by that. So does scan work for ungate? No, like scan the computer part website. Oh, right. I see what you're saying. I've never heard of that website before. Have you heard of that, Sam?
No.
Scanned UK. They've got a 4.4 on Google.
Scan UK. Oh, I know who Scan is.
Yeah.
Computer component
Yeah.
website.
Abdukabar, the reason you confused me is you spelled scan with a lowercase s, so I didn't realize it was a name.
Yeah, I know Scan very well. Why? What's the crack with Scan?
Can you use them for ungating?
Yes, if they let you buy 10 units. But yes, a lot of their
and
products
they have
are capped.
Yeah, they have really good Trustpilot, 4.8. They have a really good Google reviews, and Sam knows them. So yeah, if you're able to buy them up.
Yeah, I bought thousands. I spent thousands for that website. They are as legit as they come.
Nice, very cool. Is this the first Section 3? Had that question. If needed, can we pay a fee to get access to your account recovery expert? Yeah, exactly, mate. That's why he's there. It's a paid service. The reason it goes through us, I always have to clarify this to people. We're a connector to his services. We do not increase the price to work with him through us. The reason why it's important to go through us is because we take the money and we don't pay him until he's done the job for you. So it's an insurance policy. We're a connector to his work. He gets a lot of clients by working with us. We have tickets within our system. We can monitor everything. We check in with him to make sure that everything he's doing is legitimate. He's asking for the right permissions and everything. And we only pay him for his services once you guys have gotten the result. He is 100% success rate. I want to caveat that. He's 100% success rate. He's done a really good job. There was one account of someone who is in our mentorship where there was a mistake. And it was one of those tricky situations where our account recovery expert didn't do anything wrong, but one of his emails was interpreted by Amazon in a way that he didn't intend, and that caused a little bit of problems. So we sorted that situation. It was very unfortunate. We improved our processes going forward, so he's very careful with his emails to Amazon. He like genuinely, he didn't do anything wrong. He just used the template that he always uses, and Amazon, whoever was on the other side of the application, did something they shouldn't have done. But I want to be fully transparent, because when I say he's 100% success rate, that is factually true, but there has been one issue. And we've, as I say, we learned lessons from that, and it hasn't repeated since then. Literally every other account has been fine. And the person whose account was affected, they are still okay. They got their account back. I don't actually have an update with that person, so I might check in with you after this call, Sam. But they understood the situation, and yeah, as I say, we learned from it.
He's just got a new job, so I've not really spoken to him much myself, to be honest.
Okay.
On a bit MIA since he started work.
How long have you worked with your account recovery guy? Is he UK based? He's not UK based, and we've been working with him for, Christ, I don't know, maybe 1.5 to 2 years. He's given me every opportunity. If there's like a trust concern, he's given me every opportunity to do something dodgy and get away with it. I know, because we tested with some little traps, and he's been trustworthy every step of the way. All of the ticket transparency, we have access to all of those. We're in constant communication with him. And as I say, 100% success rate. Everyone who's used him has been very happy. And yeah, we're probably going to turn it into a proper service at some point. We may potentially even look into offering some sort of like Amazon recovery insurance. We're having a look into that in the background, just because it's been so good. The account recovery guy in the background's had to build up a bit of a team because of the amount of work. But it's a really important lesson to everyone, that when you know what you're doing, your account is going to be fine. I talk to so many people who have anxieties around their business being taken away from them at any moment. And in reality, it just doesn't work like that. As long as you're following the rules and you're not being stupid, you'll be okay. We do have someone in our mentorship right now who's unfortunately, he didn't follow process. He bought loads of fake products from China, and now his account is in trouble. He's working with our account recovery expert. And in this case, we don't know if he's going to get it recovered, but that's because he bought clearly fake products. We do not advise that. And in our mentorship, we tell everyone, whatever you're going to buy, send us the leads first, so we can tell you if they're good, if they're bad, and how much to buy. He didn't follow that process, unfortunately. And it's not his fault. He wasn't trying to do anything scammy. He's just, it wasn't as obvious to him, which is a learning lesson for us, because it means we need to make sure that everyone coming into the group is very aware not to buy products from China if you're doing arbitrage. Which, to be honest with you, we say that almost every live call, so I would have thought it would be very obvious.
I think it was a very, 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 very silly mistake, and I think he knows it as well. But yeah, what can he do?
Yeah, great guy though. So we're going to help him try and get it back. I'll work with our account recovery expert to try and do everything we can to recover his account. Yeah. I've never actually seen anyone lose their account who's doing legitimate stuff. But when you are selling fake stock, that is quite serious. So who knows what will happen? We'll keep everyone updated when we get more information.
Yeah, I've just seen Brandon's on here as well. Hello, mate. How are you doing?
Dan, Sully, I notice you're in here as well. Welcome to live. Hope you're good. Lewis and Joe, welcome to live. How are you guys doing today? What are the 3 most important parts of maintaining account health? Really good question, Cole. Okay, so you have your account health and you have your inventory performance index, your IPI score. Both of them are really important because they dictate how much time you're going to get allocated in the buy box. There are lots of different factors to the buy box. There's amount of stock you have, your seller metrics, your geographical location. All of those influence how much time you're going to get in the buy box, which obviously affects how many sales you get. The metrics on your account health and your IPI score are basically make sure that you don't get compliance issues. If you get compliance issues, action them straight away. If you get an IP violation, provide the invoice to clear it straight away. If you get a Section 3, get on a call with Amazon and try to clear it straight away, and then talk to us if you have issues. If you sell through a product and you've completely sold through it, deleting the listing has a positive influence on your IPI score. If you are keeping your stock in stock, which is harder to do with arbitrage, that influences your IPI score. If you action stranded inventory very quickly, which basically means, do you have inventory at Amazon's fulfillment centers that isn't associated to an active listing? If you action those things really quickly within the same day, that's going to positively affect your seller metrics, which will affect your So I wouldn't say there's three most important things. I'd say it's the whole thing. You just have to keep an eye on it every day. But it's really quick and easy to do. Just look at it for 5 minutes every day and then action what you need to. And one of the benefits with our software is it automates a lot of this admin for you. So if anyone's wanting to test it, you need to join our mentorship, or you need to sign up to the wait list, which you can get to in our free Discord community. Lewis, hey mate, can I get ungated with 2 invoices of 5 units making combined total of 10? Lewis, welcome to the live. Really good question. Sam is going to tell you yes, because it's worked for him. It has never once worked for me, not one single time, every time I've tried it. Sam and Reese both tell me it's worked for them many times.
Yeah, it's worked for loads of people in the mentorship as well. So, yes.
I'm just unlucky.
Just not if your name's Sean.
Yeah, mad. Dan, you're good. Really good to hear, mate. Thank you for joining the live. Joe Roberts, what is IPI score? IPI, Inventory Performance Index. So, Sam, you're going to have to remind me what the fourth one is, because I always forget. It's in-stock rate, stranded inventory, sell-through rate, and in-stock rate, sell-through rate, stranded inventory.
Excess inventory, sell-through rate, in-stock and stranded.
I always forget excess inventory. So basically, excess inventory, have you bought too much stock? And are you taking up a lot of room in Amazon's fulfillment centers without it selling? That's bad. You want to have the right amount. Very hard to decide what the right amount is in arbitrage, but you learn from experience. Your sell-through rate, anything above a 2 is good. The faster you sell, the better for you. But if you sell too fast, Amazon deems that as bad because they want you to have enough stock to send to their customers. Obviously, you would rather have the problem of selling through your stock too fast because you get your cash turned around. Your in-stock rate, much harder to do that with arbitrage because it depends on deals. If you're a wholesale seller, brand direct seller, or private label seller, in-stock rate is really, really important, especially in private label. Not as big of a deal in arbitrage. And stranded inventory, I mentioned that just now. Just make sure that there are active listings associated to stock that you have in Amazon's fulfillment centers. That's what IPI score is. All of that is very important for your buy box. And your account health is slightly different. That's more associated to you being compliant selling on Amazon. So not selling fake stock, for example, and collecting your invoices and supply chain docs when Amazon requests it. Dan Sully said, Philips products, Amazon have different model codes to items, say in Currys or other retailers. Is that a blocker for added to the same ASIN?
The model code, the model number?
Philips products, Amazon have different model codes to items, say in Currys or other retailers. Is that a blocker for added to the same ASIN?
You need to just check the specs. Like, it's the EANs and the model numbers aren't always going to match exactly, to be honest with you, because like you say, a certain retailer might have a slightly different model number but in reality it's the same, exactly the same thing. The only way to do it, you can run it through ChatGPT, compare both listings and see if that picks up anything. Otherwise, it's the case just looking at the specs, seeing does it come with the same, I don't know, let's say it's a beard trimmer or something. Does it come with the same attachments? Is there the same number of blades? Is there the same number of trimming accessories? Is it the same color? Like all that sort of thing. Is it the same, I don't know, wattage and all that? Just check all those little things. If they are the same, then yeah, you should be pretty good to go, to be honest.
Joe said, sorry, I meant what is your IPI score? I've just logged into my Amazon and I can see I've got minus 40 quid in France. I'm still having that bloody issue of the international places charging me money. This is driving me crazy.
Yeah, it drives me absolutely mad.
I've spoken to Amazon so many times. I keep getting charged in international marketplaces and I haven't sold in them for like over a year. And
Yes.
Amazon they don't tell me what's going on. It's not in any of the reports. I've checked all of them and I keep getting charged money every month. It's so frustrating.
What I did with mine, I went into my inventory removal settings in all the foreign marketplaces.
All of mine are set to dispose.
Yes, everything's to dispose.
And it's still happening.
Yeah, I don't know. It's is because I've got it in Sweden and I had it in like all of them, and now they've all suddenly dropped off. But now Sweden and somewhere else, I still have it, and I don't really know why. And it's not as much as 40 quid. The value's pretty low, so I'm kind of not really paying much attention to it. But yeah, it's very annoying though.
Joe, you said my IPI score is 587. You know what yours is, Sam?
Mine's 502. 587 is good.
Cole, you said, what are your guys' thoughts on A to A EU? Cole, I don't know if you were here earlier in the live call. Seller Smart is owned by Reese, Cal, and myself. When we were starting to build the company, we built software that focused on EU A to A. For an entire year in our selling journey, we all bought the same stuff and we all just bought EU A to A leads. We did really, really well from it. There was no competition, practically no competition, and the margins were much higher. And our software got to a point where we would wake up in the morning and have thousands of leads to go through. So I could jump on the software and I could spend $5,000 in an hour and a half buying leads from EU A to A because there was just so much you could buy. I really like it. It's not perfect. It has problems. There is a game that you have to play with it. There are certain rules that you have to follow, which you don't really know until you make the mistakes or you work with us. EU A to A is a really big thing that we teach in our mentorship. But it's really good. It's good to have it on in the background, or it's good to focus on as a beginner. You just have to be careful with what you buy because obviously there are 2-pin EU plugs. You can't sell those on UK listings. You can add adapters to them. That is a service we offer in our prep center, but it's kind of gray area. It's whether you as a seller want to do that. You can do really, really well. You just have to get good at calculating the profits based on how much the basket costs. And then, you have to keep within customs duty limits, which is technically £135, but on Amazon, sometimes you can push it to 150 before they charge you. We weren't ever able to figure out why that is. It just happens, and it doesn't happen all the time. Maybe it was a glitch, but yeah, EU 8A is really good.
Yeah, buddy.
Lewis said, thanks, mate. No problem at all. Joe, do you remove listings as soon as they sell out and you don't plan on replenishing or wait for any potential refunds, so maybe 30 days after your sales? The second I sell through stock and it's fully processed on the customer side, I delete the listing. And the reason for that is we tested it in our own Amazon stores. We tested it for about 3 months, I think it was. If you delete the listing as soon as possible, that positively influences your in-stock rate because you don't have listings that are live without stock. We actually tested it. That was what we found in our own stores. So we do that. Even if you're replanning, we use custom SKUs. So we would be replanning on a different listing anyway, under a different SKU anyway. So yeah, we delete straight away. And if you do get a refund, just re-add the listing. It's going to come up as a removal order. Just re-add the listing straight away and you'll be okay. Dan Sully gave the thumbs up. Joe Roberts, mine's 627. I thought that may have been bad. No, not at all. As I say, your IPI score in the arbitrage space is lower on average than a wholesaler or a private label seller, because a private label seller or a wholesale seller, you ideally has access to replanning their leads really frequently. In the arbitrage space, it's kind of dependent on if the lead is on offer. So people in the arbitrage space typically have lower than average IPI scores. Someone I know who does really well with arbitrage, he started with wholesale first, where he did loads of really low margin, fast selling products. He built up his IPI score massively, and then he went into high ticket online arbitrage, that kind of thing. Worked really well for him. But yeah, typically your score is going to be a bit lower than a private label seller who's doing their job properly.
Yeah, and I think your IPI 600 is really good. I think if you start to dip below, it always used to be anyway. If you ever started to dip below 400, then that was that's when it started to become a bit of a problem. And mainly, not even like day to day, it's sort of fine, but it's more so around Q4 time, because that's when Amazon start reducing people's storage limits. If it starts dropping below 400, and that's not what you want. So yeah, you want to ideally keep it above that, and then you should be pretty good.
Yeah. So over on Instagram, Blended Moments, I'm interested in Amazon to Amazon, but I'm reading that it's not allowed. It's frustrating as I really want to do it. People telling you that are talking a load of nonsense. I'm convinced that people say Amazon to Amazon is not allowed because they don't want more competition doing it. Amazon to Amazon is the act of you buying from Amazon when there's offers on and reselling back on the platform when the price goes back up. So European Amazon to Amazon is another version of that. It just is different. In the EU, products are just generally cheaper. Whereas when you do UK Amazon to Amazon, you're waiting for like Prime Day or deals. When you get an IP violation, when you get a Section 3 violation, when you get an authenticity complaint, there are two options in the application process to clear the violation and get it approved. One of them is to provide an Amazon invoice. The other is to provide an Amazon order ID. As soon as you provide a valid Amazon order ID, within seconds, the violation is removed. So when people say it's not allowed, they are talking a load of nonsense. Don't listen to them. I've spoken to Amazon account health team so many times where I've told them I'm buying my stuff from Amazon. I'm showing them Amazon invoices, and they've been like, yeah, that's fine. It's just a load of nonsense. Don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, the complete nonsense. There's no way it's not allowed. Like it's absolutely fine. People have been doing it for years and years and years. They accept Amazon invoices, no issues whatsoever.
Yeah, in the Prime terms and conditions, I read through the terms and conditions with Amazon. In the Prime terms and conditions, it says you're not allowed to use Prime accounts for reselling. The worst case scenario is that they're going to close your buying account. Again, we don't really ever see that though, to be honest. But I don't use Prime accounts unless it's like Prime Day or whatever. Most of the Amazon to Amazon purchasing I did was without Prime accounts. Sam does use Prime accounts. And you always say you have your main email address that's your seller account, right? So whatever your Amazon store is, might be sam@samscompany.com. My Amazon to Amazon buying accounts are going to be on different email addresses. And that's just to protect your seller account. Because if a buying account gets closed and it's associated to your seller account also gets closed. And we can help you recover that, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. So I don't want you to make that mistake. Just have different email addresses associated to your buying account than you do to your seller account, and you'll be fine. Joe said, I had two headsets get returned separately. One got returned to me as customer damage, and the other was disposed of straight away by Amazon. Anything I can do with that? My settings are to get sent to me, but this was disposed of straight away. Cheeky. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, I get everything sent back to me. Amazon has a grade and resale service, which we actually don't recommend anymore because they grade completely fine, perfectly new products as unsellable. So you get it sent back to yourself, you grade it yourself, and then you resell it if it's fine. In terms of the customer damage and the disposed of one, you can raise a case and try to claim your money back. You need to upload your cost of goods into Amazon. What's the section of that called? It's like
sourcing, managed sourcing costs.
That's the one, managed sourcing costs. You need to upload your cost of goods in there. You might have to provide invoices, and you can raise a case to get it back. Amazon.
Your mic's gone.
I touched it. It's always when I touch it slightly. Raise a couple of cases, provide all the evidence you can, collect the case IDs, and then email the managing director mailbox if you don't have any luck. Cole said, can you use Prime delivery on A to A? Cole, I think I covered that just now. I'm not sure if you heard it. Yeah, you can, and people do. Technically, it says in Prime, Prime is not allowed to be used for reselling. Everyone does it, and everyone's fine. So it's up to you if you want to. If you're risk adverse, just don't use Prime. And if you want to have access to Prime Day deals, then you need to use one. It's entirely up to your risk tolerance. Just make sure that your email address for your buying account is different to your selling account.
That's it.
Blended moments. Oh, that's reassured me a lot. Are you allowed to buy from Amazon or sellers only? Yeah, so you can buy from third-party sellers on Amazon, but we typically don't do it because if you're buying from Amazon directly, Amazon know they're buying authentic products. A lot of sellers on Amazon are selling fake stock. So we don't buy from third-party sellers. We buy from Amazon directly only. And days like Prime Day, Black Friday, Christmas, spring deals, those are really big days in our mentorship. We just had one of our mentees, Pat. How much did he spend? It was like 38 grand on
something. Yeah, maybe even more than that. It was a lot of money over Prime.
Yeah, so it's a really, really big opportunity when you know how to do it well. Obviously, if you're in our mentorship, we'll help you out with that. But yeah, it can be very, very lucrative, very profitable to do it.
Definitely.
Irvin said, how do limits work or get decided on buying accounts as in single, double, triple? How do limits work or get decided on buying accounts as in single, double, triple?
I've no idea what you mean by single, double, triple. All limits on Amazon accounts are dealt with by Amazon. They manage them. Nothing to do with you. If Amazon say you've got a limit of 2 on your account, then your limit is 2. Like it's as simple as that.
You said quantity ordering limits. Yeah.
Yeah. Ordering limits. You can generally place 3 orders on Amazon to Amazon. I know some people who have managed to place a lot more than that, and they've got like 6 Amazon accounts. I don't really know how they do it, but generally, as a rule of thumb, you can place 3 orders of the same product across 3 different Amazon accounts. Any more than that, they do tend to get cancelled. I think if you need more than that, you then need to start having accounts in other people's names and other people's details. Otherwise, it probably will flag. But for the most part, it's usually 3.
Yeah, three Amazon buying accounts, 1 Amazon business buying account. So technically 4 in total. That's what we recommend. 3 different email addresses and a different one for the Amazon buying account. And your Amazon business buying account. Did I say that? 3 buying accounts, 1 business buying account. Yeah. Your business buying account, you can't use that for EU A to A. And Prime doesn't benefit EU A to A in terms of delivery, but it does get you access to Prime deals. Yeah. So someone in our team has just let me know that you guys have asked to schedule calls, but you haven't followed us. We can't message you in the DMs unless we follow each other. So give us a follow, tap the like button if you appreciate the live, and we'll follow you back. Blended moments. I have an issue with Amazon seller account. It wants my residential address, and that will be visible on public storefront or something. My landlords won't allow me to use their home address. Okay, so what you need to do is your business address needs to be a registered business address. Some people use warehouses or prep centers, not really prep centers. What you need to do is you need to use a virtual business address. So my accountant, I have a virtual business address through my accountant. But if you just Google virtual business addresses, there are loads of different services. Make sure it's really cheap. Just buy a virtual.
Huh? That's a good one. Companies Made Simple. That's a good one.
Companies Made Simple. Yeah, you'll get a virtual business address where all of your documentation is sent, and that's the address that's listed in Companies House and on your storefront on Amazon.
Yeah, do that. There's loads of other ones as well, but Companies Made Simple is one example.
And you said, how much is the mentorship? Blended moments. Someone in our team will jump into the DMs with you. We can set up a call. We don't disclose our pricing publicly because we want to gauge who you are. We want to make sure that we can help you. We'll tell you in the call transparently how much everything costs, but we want to get to know you a bit because we're very selective with who we work with. We've cultivated our mentorship group to be really amazing people, and we're a little protective of that. We want to make sure that we can help you as well. So someone in the DMs will reach out to you, probably Jay or Maria, and we'll schedule a call and have a chat with you if you're up for that. Smack said, sent you a DM. Smack, I'll give you a follow back. Thank you for that. And I will let Jay and our team know. She manages our DMs. Sam has been very, very sick for a couple of weeks, and I've got to go and look after a baby now. So this has been a really fun live, really enjoyable, but I think we're both going to have to shoot, right?
Yes, mate. I've got some bot stuff to do with the mentorship I want to get working on.
Okay, perfect. Right. So guys, thank you for joining. We have a free Discord community link in the bio. We've got a software that we've been developing for 2 years, which you can get access to if you're in our mentorship. We've got group mentoring, one-to-one mentoring, loads of free resources. We've got a prep center. We've got virtual assistant recruitment. We've got an account recovery expert. We are the only ecosystem in the UK that has everything you need in one place, entirely built in-house. We have 180 positive reviews with no negatives. And I know that we can help you build your Amazon businesses the right way without, a load of nonsense being spouted. There's a lot of people who say you can make 10K profit within 3 months when you start with £100. We try to be the voice of reason and tell you what this business model is actually like in reality so that you can make it a really seriously viable business and hopefully leave your career jobs for it one day. So thank you ever so much for joining. Sam, really good to see you, mate, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, see you soon, guys.